G'day viewers, I hope you've got a bit of a cuppa. Ah, Train Sim World Game Update 13th of November 2025. As always, I read these articles to you to improve the accessibility of the information for those who can't or won't go and read it for themselves. Hello everyone, we're pushing live our next core update today, bringing a range of improvements across core routes and locos, as well as additional improvements to Cardiff City Network, San Bernardino, Maintulban, Frankfurt Fulda, Thameslink Class 700 and Felswich Ludwigsbahn. Performance has been a particular area of feedback that we've continued to work on for core routes, and we've made some optimizations to try and mitigate frame rate drops and deliver an overall smoother experience. The Class 150 has had a large overhaul to its audio, including engine running sounds, safety systems, cab interaction audio, as well as doors and brakes. We'd greatly appreciate any further feedback. I don't know why they did that, because the Riviera 150 to me sounded pretty bloody good, having ridden 150s. Did they give in to the noisy ones? A note on the Birmingham crew improvements. From our previous announcements, we had planned a wider range of improvements for the recent Birmingham crew route to align with this update. However, whilst these changes are still undergoing testing and quality assurance from our teams, we're taking more time to ensure they're ready to be released as you'd expect. We apologise that we've not been able to deliver these improvements to the timeline we originally communicated, and we hope to have more news on when you can expect these in December. We're grateful for the feedback shared from the community and will continue passing these notes to the development teams to support the route as best as possible when we're able to share updates. The update is normally shared across all platforms including Steam, Epic Games, PlayStation, Xbox. Please allow up to 24 hours for the update to be available on your systems. And here we go, the full change log. In the core update, SD40 has been added in Scenario Planner. Added further improvements to train faults to ensure they function as expected, fixed announcements to fade away with distance from the station as intended, fixed an issue causing train faults to run when settings are disabled, fixed an issue causing approach release timers to trigger incorrectly when nearby, fixed an issue causing checkpoint options to appear too early. In the PC editor, beta, removed Simply Gone button for the public editor toolbar, fixed an issue causing the public editor to crash when cooking RVDs, fixed an issue causing the builder button to crash when clicked in the level editor. The Riviera line added lighting to gantries at Lyra Depot. Added new depot interiors and early stage clutter work at Exeter St David's. Added lighting to additional route locations for improved visibility at night. Improved tunnel lighting between Dainton, Marley, Rangerton and Mutley tunnels. Fixed a lighting issue in tunnels and stations between Newton Abbot and Plymouth. Fixed an issue causing foliage to clip near the tracks. Fixed an issue causing foliage visuals to appear incorrectly. Fixed a wall collision issue so cameras moved correctly near Exeter St David's. Fixed an issue causing foliage to clip near the tracks. Fixed an issue causing a blue glow at night around Payton Station. Removed unneeded assets across the route for smoother performance. Various localization improvements. The Class 802 fixed an issue causing the headlights to display incorrectly. Fixed an issue causing livery overlaps. Fixed an issue causing the interior to display the wrong message. Class 390 added Avanti-specific announcements to the Class 390. This note was included by mistake and will be part of our next core update instead. Uh-oh. Well, they didn't add Avanti-specific updates to the Class 390 then, so don't expect them. I don't know why they didn't just delete the line, but anyway. Class 220 Voyager improved camera to be smoother when transitioning. Morristown Line improved loading distance and reduced detail in places to improve performance. You notice this? This is what happens when people say, oh, it needs to be optimized. This is what it means. This is what I keep telling people. It means reduced detail, reduced textures, reduced visual acuity to improve performance. Improved overhead line equipment visuals when viewed from a distance. Fixed an issue causing frame rate spikes in certain areas. Fixed an issue causing performance drops around Hoboken. ALP46 improved AI service logic for headlights, marker and tail lights, pantograph selection, and emergency brake behavior. Improved catch cable hatch visuals and added the HEP cable. Improved pantograph selection logic. Improved the emergency brake lever and stop button logic. Improved AI lighting behavior for more accurate visibility during services. Fixed an issue causing the speed display to flash 120 when screens spawn. Fixed an issue causing screen ghosting and ensuring displays now respond correctly to battery power. Fixed an issue causing unintended collisions around the cable hatch. NJT bilevels added DTN cables, whatever they are, and coupler collisions. Improved digital displays, improved lighting on AI units. Fixed an issue causing gangway barriers to be non-interactable. Morristown line bilevels fixed trapdoor so it responds correctly to the guard panel button, high-low. Arrow 3 added missing wind sound effects when the window is down. Added the guard buzzer signal functionality to the bell input for easier access from the driver's seat. Improved pantograph sound positioning to originate from the correct location. Fixed an issue causing incorrect audio to play. Fixed an issue causing passengers to spawn at the driver's door. NJT Transit ALP 45DP added sounds for engine state checks and working switches. Improved AI service behavior for headlights, marker and tail lights, pantograph selection, and emergency brake behavior. Improved visuals for the cable hatch and added the HEP cable. Improved AI pantograph selection. Improved emergency brake lever and stop button behavior. Improved lighting on AI units. Improved audio for fans, doors, and controls. Fixed an issue causing screens to not respond correctly to battery power. Fixed an issue causing the speed display to flash 120 when screens spawn. Fixed an issue causing ghost image artifacts to appear on screens. Bahnstrecke Dresden Leipzig improved the overhead line equipment visuals around Priestwitz. Improved passenger spawning. Fixed an issue causing incorrect announcements for terminating trains. Updated German announcement sounds at Nunkrits for accuracy. Various localization improvements. The BR411 fixed an issue causing Prenzlau Torfenheim to display incorrectly on the BR411. Frankfurt Fulda BR411 fixed a typo in, yeah, great. I'm not going to try and say it again. DBBR294 added brake cylinder animations. Added audio for motor control and transmission air exhaust. Added towing notch to the gear selector. Updated engine start, engine stop button labels for clarity. Improved traction lock, motor control, and roll protection behavior. Improved engine warm-up to simulate preheating. Fixed an issue causing the brake to stay applied when the battery was off. Fixed an issue causing incorrect camera positions for the second man's seat. Updated brake system logic. Updated traction lock, like, and driver assist prompts. Cardiff City Commuter added missing stations to the Cardiff Network directory for the Transport for Wales Class 142 timetable. Adjusted track roughness to better align with other routes. Fixed an issue causing incorrect shadows on sheds. Class 150 audio improvements. Added new sounds including audio running audio, brake and joint audio, horn and buzzer audio, door and panel audio improvements, and new sounds for various cab audio interactions. See below for the full list of changes. So this is Cardiff's Class 150. Updated volume, so now it changes based on occlusion and camera proximity. Updated AWS and DSD alarms with new volume levels. Updated alarm behavior, so it now varies based on the reverser position and driver's seat status. Updated brake squeal sounds for the AI Class 150. Fixed an issue causing the vigilance warning to not trigger correctly when stationary. Fixed an issue causing engine RPM to brake when moving off at slower speeds. Fixed an issue causing incorrect loop sounds to trigger when using TPWS AWS isolation switch. Fixed an issue causing incorrect reversal logic for AI trains exiting portals. Engine and running audio added internal engine startup and shutdown sounds. Added pitch modulation and notch specific loops, idle to notch 7. Internal engine sounds now loop continuously while driving. Running sounds now vary by speed, 10 to 70 mile an hour, and fade in smoothly. updated external engine startup, idle, and shutdown sounds, adjusted internal and external running sound volumes, brake and joint audio, added new external joint sounds for junction traversal, added occlusion and EQ filtering for joint sounds with windows open and closed, implemented new brake rub, brake block, and brake squeal sounds. Brake sounds now vary by view, internal or external, and bogey proximity. Joint sounds now loop and vary by speed, slow, medium, fast. Horn and buzzer audio. Added new horn sounds for both internal and external views. Improved transition timing between horn start, loop, and end phases. Adjusted volume for high and low horn variants. Updated the guard buzzer loop and end files for smoother transitions. Doors and panels, new audio sources added. Passenger doors, internal and external, driver doors, guard panel doors, gangway doors, crew door, door key switch, door release, close and signal buttons. Guard panel dial turns. Door alarms now sync correctly with animations. Cab interactions. New audio sources added. Master key turn, insert, turn, and remove. Cab window open and closed with clunk timing. Seat fold up and down. Blinds movement. Brake handle movement. Wiper speed. Slow fast. Heater transitions. Low high. GSMR speaker pop. Now 2D non-spatialized. San Bernardino fixed an issue causing an invisible wall to block the final collectible near Rancho Cucamonga Station. Main toolbar BR642 improved AI door logic to prevent doors from cancelling closures unexpectedly. Thameslink Class 700 fixed an issue with the Class 700 windshield, only received rain on a small portion rather than receiving full coverage. Falswitch Ludwigsbahn added random passenger behaviours. I always thought passengers in TSW were pretty random as it was. They do some weird things. But anyway, that is the patch notes for the November the 13th, 2025 update. So there you go. A bunch of stuff fixed. No mention of blurry textures. I'm actually going to put out a request on blurry textures. I'll mention it here, but I'm going to do a separate video for it. I want to gather your blurry textures, and I want to gather information on how often they happen. And I'll probably do some kind of survey thingy. I'm still working out the mechanism for this and exactly how I'm going to make it happen and how you can get files to me, because that's always problematic. Because, you know, I want people to send me their videos. They're big. It's a problem. But I want to avoid getting viruses and malware. Let me think about this a little bit. I do want to gather it up because I want to make a new video on blurries because, and this is a really, really simple one, blurries don't generally affect me terribly much. And that's because I think I don't have a lot of DLC on the Xbox. On the PC, I've got everything, but there's only a couple of places where I ever see it, and it's the Richmond line, really, is the only place I ever really see blurry textures on the PC. So I don't get it on the Xbox, but I reckon, I really do think it's because I only have a small number of DLC. And I'm leaning more and more towards having lots of DLC installed is one of the causes of this. So there is something that's loading a chunk of shit from every DLC into memory, into VRAM, and keeping it in the texture pool. This is my theory, only running theory. I don't really have a reason for it. It's just something that I've thought about and thought, So I want to start gathering information to see if I can make a case. I'll think about how this is going to work. Alrighty, have fun, folks. Enjoy yourselves. As always, I read these articles to you to improve the accessibility of the information and to make it available to people who won't go to the forums. And for those of you who don't go to the forums, I completely understand. It is also available on the Discord now, so you don't actually have to go to the forums. But I use the forums because it's prettier for making these videos. So you can jump into DTG's Discord if you want to. Alrighty, have fun, folks. Enjoy yourselves. See you later. Oh, you can also jump into my Discord because they all get repeated there anyway. That plug. Bye.
We played a game.